My name is Maria. I'm from Zaporizhzhya. Mother of 4 kids. We woke up at 5 in the morning because of the explosions near the house. A military warehouse was blown up. At 6, I had my bags packed. Then the people started to talk, then it's all normal, then everything is over, I mean, nothing will go on. But every day it was getting worse and worse. So you lie on the mattress in the corridor and take a pillow with you from the room and back and think constantly. And you hear the blast somewhere not far from you, in Vasilivka, which is at the town's end, and it constantly explodes, day and night. And you have no idea whether it's close to you or not, and you make yourself nervous all the time. On the first day of the invasion, jets were flying low. I was so scared. They flew just above our house. I thought they would drop something. The road took us very long, 28 hours. There were more than 200 people with us in one single car on the train. It was very hard. We had a compartment car, and every compartment hosted more than 20 people, most of them kids. Those kids were sleeping in their underwear. It was impossible to go outside. Animals, women, old people, children. We managed to evacuate. There was an evacuation train on the 4th and then on the 5th. My friend and her son also moved out of Zaporizhzhya. They were gone on the 6th day. We came there on the 5th day. It was like 1,000 people at the railway station. To tell the truth, I was shocked. I saw a bus with doors, so I said, let's get on the bus and get out of here. We got to make our thoughts back together. So you get out of the train and there is such a huge crowd of people, the same on the railway station, and you have no idea where to go and what to do. The panic starts kicking, you know. Well, we rode a couple of bus stops and everything was quiet, peaceful, almost no people on the bus. So we relaxed a little bit, drank some coffee, ate a snack and checked the nearest shop. We called, then we got this shelter, where we are now. My husband decided to stay as my granny and granddad. He said that he will join the territorial defense forces. Shells flew in, shrapnel flew in on our second train station on Odessa railway. Our botanic garden was hit with a shell, but did not explode. The shell hit the center of our city and exploded. The windows were blown off. It happened just near the house where he lives. We rented a 3-room apartment and left all our home equipment there, so the refugees from Mariupol can use it. The 3-room apartment was left there for those who fled and a couple of families there. As far as I understood, it was our landlord who did that, and my husband moved to a friend of his in the city center, and he says the shell flew in today, but from the other side of the house. All windows were blown, ours remained intact, he says. It was also reported that something was being shut down over the city. They are constantly there. Tokmak, Vasilivka, what else there? Priship columns are constantly going and going to Zaporizhzhya. They're just like our bodyguards. It's like... My godfather lives in Tokmak. He says it's pure madness. Shells fly overhead every day, people are shot and civilians are shot. He can't live either. There are problems with food, there are problems with cigarettes, and then Vasilivka. Here is Vasilivka and we, Zaporizhzhya, and they're constantly coming and going to us, trying. Ours are bombing them there. 150-250 units of equipment in Zaporizhzhya. Here I feel safe only in shelters, and it is difficult for children to constantly move from place to place. Of course, we live for almost a month in one place. Lviv Cinema Center. We lived there in the basement for 3 weeks.
практически месяц на одном месте. Это Львовский киноцентр.
Well, people accepted us, very good people helped us, dressed the children, because in what we came there we had, there was nothing with us except documents.
Ехали, в том и приехали. Ничего не было с собой, кроме документов.
Children were fed there, helped in everything. It's very long now. You can't go anywhere for more than 3 days, so 3 days everywhere.
Вообще везде более 3 суток нельзя. Поэтому
From place to place, with bags, with children's, it is difficult.
место на место с сумками, с детьми тяжело.
While psychologists worked with the children there in the cinema center where we lived, they came there, played in the form of games. They drew, the questionnaires were passed with them, they were unloaded psycho-emotionally.
Разгружали психоэмоционально.
I came up with a non-existent planet, Carupella. That planet did not let anyone in because the Earth upset her somehow. Well, I have forgotten what was it all about with that Carupella.
Короче, я, в принципе, уже забыла давно это, что я там напридумывала про эту коробку.
My ex-mother-in-law has a friend who lives in Genechizk, so she told me that Russian flags are everywhere and they have rubles already. As far as I understood, they already have rubles, the same as it was in Crimea back then. Genechizk is also in the Zaporizhzhya region. It is only a couple of hours away. I hope that this war will end and we will stay here and won't go anywhere.
Закончится, и мы останемся здесь. И не поедем никуда дальше. Так.
I'm worried about the kids. I would definitely stay here and won't go anywhere. I would even stay in Zaporizhzhya without moving anywhere. But I'm worried about the children.
Я за детей переживаю.
I wish they would never see such things as are happening today in cities like Mariupol. I'm about to break down in tears.
Ой, сейчас плакать.
I'm very emotional about all that. I don't watch the news because I cry every time. Do you have somebody in Mariupol? I have a friend there. We used to work together, so on February 24th, we chatted with her on the phone. She supported me and said, Masha, it will all be okay. You will be untouched. You are strong. You will handle it.
Вас ничего не затронет, там ты сильно справишься.
And then the connection was lost. It was almost a week ago she wrote me back. She has a 4-month-old baby, so she said, we stayed all of the time in the basement. Our house is gone completely, only a funeral. So the whole multi-story building is gone. And she said, they took us to DPR. I don't know what will happen next. That's it. So they stayed in the basement for a month with a 4-month-old baby. Thank God they are alive. That's the main thing. They were out there in a 2-room small house, in a private one, a suburb or a village, I didn't know exactly. In my opinion, a few families, well, she's just there. I don't want to worry her too much. I said, when you come to your senses and calm down, please write to me or send me a message. There are still acquaintances from Mariupol too. Nobody tells anything in particular. It is clear that it's difficult for people to experience all this and to talk about it.
Это все переживаю, об этом говорить тяжело.